The movie begins with Will Rodman, a scientist looking for a cure for Alzheimer's disease because his father is also afflicted with it. Will had no one else in the world except his father. So he desperately wanted to create a cure for Alzheimer's, a disease where the patient's memory gradually weakens until they forget their own name. Will couldn't bear to see his father fade away. Will works day and night and finally develops a drug. However, testing it on humans first was too risky. So, the drug is first tested on a female chimpanzee. The result is stunning. The drug makes the female chimpanzee highly intelligent. Will is thrilled with her intelligence and now wants to use the drug on humans. Will first informs his senior, and then a board of members meeting is called where he gives his presentation. Everyone is very happy with Will's new drug because the results are extremely positive. During Will's presentation, the female chimpanzee who received the drug is shown. A worker arrives and tries to move her to another location, but today, the chimpanzee's behavior is different. She refuses to be moved. When the worker forces her, the chimpanzee becomes very angry. She grabs the worker's hand, breaks free, and starts rampaging around the lab. She is out of control and reaches the area where the board of members meeting is taking place. Will is unable to control her as the chimpanzee is extremely enraged. As a last resort, the chimpanzee has to be shot and she dies on the spot. After this incident, the board members conclude that Will's drug caused the chimpanzee to become aggressive. And with the chimpanzee's death, Will's entire experiment is completely shut down. The board members order the killing of all the chimpanzees in the lab, as they had also received Will's drug. Will tries to explain to his boss that there's nothing wrong with his drug, but his boss clearly refuses. He says that if there was no problem with the drug, the chimpanzee wouldn't have become so aggressive. Will's 5 years of hard work are now wasted. He goes inside the lab. Just then, the lab caretaker comes to him and tells him there is nothing wrong with your drug. The chimpanzee didn't become aggressive because of your drug, but she had just given birth to a baby at that time. She was enraged because she was being moved away from her baby. Now Will understands the whole situation. The caretaker tells him, "I killed all those chimpanzees as per the boss's orders, but I couldn't kill the newborn baby." Will secretly takes the baby home without telling anyone, where Will's father also lives. It's shown that although the baby chimpanzee is small, his brain is as sharp as a human's. He quickly bonds with Will's father, who names him Caesar. 3 years pass, and now Caesar is much smarter. He can read, play games, and do everything a human does. The only thing he can't do is talk like a human, but he understands human conversation well. Meanwhile, Will's father's mental condition has worsened due to Alzheimer's. Even his nurse refuses to care for him, telling Will, "Your father needs a hospital now." It's not possible to care for him at home. Will is saddened by his father's condition. The next day, when he goes to the lab, he secretly takes the drug he had given to Caesar's mother and the other chimpanzees. He had specially developed this drug for his father's Alzheimer's. Knowing that his father's survival was impossible, he takes the risk and injects his father with the Alzheimer's drug. Will's father becomes the first human to receive this Alzheimer's drug. Will can't sleep that night, fearing something might happen to his father. The next morning, Will sees his father playing the piano. He is completely cured. Will is very happy to see this. The drug has completely cured his father. On the other hand, Caesar is shown watching some children riding bicycles through the window. Caesar also wishes to ride a bicycle like those children. So, he goes to the neighbor's house. But the owner of this house is a very bad-tempered man. He spots Caesar. He picks up a baseball bat and attacks Caesar to hit him. But before he can hit him badly, Will and his father save Caesar. Will tries to explain to the neighbor he was just trying to play. "You are not in any danger from him." The neighbor says, "He can harm my children. And if this ape comes here again, I will kill him." Caesar's leg was hurt here, so Will takes him to Dr. Caroline, And when Caroline treats him, she finds out that he is very intelligent because Caesar was talking to Will through gestures. Soon, Will and Dr. Caroline become friends. Caroline likes Caesar very much, so she starts visiting Will's house. There, she learns that Caesar is always at home and is never taken outside. Because of this, Caesar is always looking outside through the window. Caroline tells Will, "We should take him outside." Will likes this idea, and the next day, Will and Caroline take Caesar to a nearby forest called Redwood. That beautiful forest was no less than a paradise for Caesar. Caesar likes this place very much, and thus another 2 years pass. Now Will and Caroline are in a relationship with each other. Caesar has also grown up, and they always come to this forest. One day, when they're in the redwood forest, a family comes there with a dog on a leash. The dog starts barking at Caesar, which makes Caesar very disappointed. Caesar is not disappointed because the dog barked at him, but he sees the leash around the dog's neck and will also use to tie a leash around his neck. He asks Will with a gesture, "Am I your pet?" In response, Will replies, "No, you are not a pet. You are my son." But Caesar has now become very intelligent. He wants to know about himself, who he is, and where he came from. So Will takes Caesar outside his lab and tells him, "Your mother was here. We used a drug on her, and because of that drug, you are so intelligent today." Now Caesar knows everything about himself. After this, they return home. Will's father is shown, whose Alzheimer's disease has returned to its previous state. He starts eating with the wrong side of the spoon. Will understands that the drug has stopped working on his father's brain. Because of this, Will is very worried. When Will goes to work, his father wants to drive the car. But due to Alzheimer's, he has forgotten how to drive. When he starts the car, he can't control it. So he goes straight and hits his neighbor's car. When the neighbor sees all this, he quickly comes out. This is the same neighbor who had tried to hit Caesar a few years ago, and now he grabs Will's father by the collar and pulls him out of the car. He starts hitting him. Just then, Caesar's eyes fall on them through the window. And when he sees their neighbor hitting Will's father, he can't control himself. He comes out and attacks him. Caesar becomes so enraged that he bites off the neighbor's finger. After which, the neighbor files a case against Will's chimpanzee Caesar in court. Due to this, the court decides that Caesar can no longer be kept at home. Then the animal control team comes there, and they take Caesar to a place where there are more chimpanzees. Caesar thinks that he has come here for a visit. So he is happy to see the activity hall. But he doesn't know that now he is going to be imprisoned here forever. When Caesar sees Will leaving from here, he runs to him. But now Caesar is imprisoned in that place. Caesar comes to Will and gestures from the other side of the glass. "Take me with you too." But Will is helpless and says, "You have to stay here for now." Hearing this, Caesar is very sad, and Will leaves him here. On the other hand, Will's father is shown, who has once again become a complete victim of Alzheimer's. And Will now create an even more powerful drug so that he can fix his father's disease forever. Will tells his boss this, "The drug I made before, I used it on my father, and he was completely fine, but not for long. Now he is getting weak again. So now I want to create an even more powerful drug." Then his boss gives him permission. On the other hand, Caesar is shown, who is very disappointed. He hopes that Will come soon and take him home. He draws a picture on the wall with chalk, which is the design of the window from which he used to look outside from his house. He misses his home very much. Here he is given dirty food, and the jail staff treats him very badly. When Will goes to his house, he sees that his father's condition is very bad. He wants to give him medicine, but Will's father refuses. He says, "My time has come now," and after that, Will's father dies. Will is completely broken by his father's death, and now he has no one except Caesar. He considers him his son. So he takes a lot of money and goes to the place where Caesar is imprisoned. Will gives a lot of money to the head of that place and says, "I want to take Caesar with me." Seeing so much money, the head of that place accepts Will's words. Will comes to Caesar and asks him to go with him, but Caesar closes the door because now he doesn't want to go with Will, although Caesar was sad to be separated from Will. Now he doesn't want to live his life as someone's pet. He wanted to see the other chimpanzees imprisoned in that place, as well as himself, free. After which, Will has to go back. At night, some friends of a boy who works in that place come here to see the chimpanzees. And when one of these boys comes near Caesar, Caesar grabs him and pulls him towards himself and takes out a knife from his pocket. With that knife, Caesar opens his cell gate at night. After this, he leaves the cell and quietly reaches Will's house through the roof, where he finds that new drug which Will had prepared for the new Alzheimer's patients. And now he comes back to the place where the other chimpanzees are imprisoned with this drug. And there he opens the drug, due to which all the chimpanzees inhale the gas. After which, all the chimpanzees become intelligent like Caesar. The power to think and understand comes into them. And this was Caesar's first goal, that all the chimpanzees become intelligent like me. Only then can we all escape from this place. And he succeeded in doing so. But on the other hand, Franklin, whose gas mistakenly went inside through his nose, dies. This means that this drug only works on chimpanzees and kills humans. Meanwhile, Caesar is shown who now wants to escape from that place with the other chimpanzees. But just then, a worker from that place, who used to torture all the chimpanzees a lot, comes, and when he tries to shock them with his electric stick, Caesar grabs his hand. He says, "No." And here, Caesar speaks for the first time. After this, Caesar punches him and throws him there and frees all the other chimpanzees. That worker gets up and comes towards them with his electric stick once more. But Caesar puts pressure on him and opens the water, due to which he gets electrocuted and dies. After this, Caesar takes all the chimpanzees to a nearby zoo. He frees all the chimpanzees there and adds them to his group. And now a group of all these has been formed. On the other hand, Will, who is very upset for Caesar, calls the place where Caesar was imprisoned. But no one receives his call. So he quickly takes Caroline with him and reaches there. They see that there is not a single chimpanzee here. Just then, they see an injured worker. Will asks him what happened here. He says, "Your Caesar took everyone with him, and he also spoke for the first time." Hearing this, Will is very worried, and now he understands that Caesar is going to the redwood forest with all his companions, where he used to take him as a child. Caesar was moving forward with his companions on the city road. A bridge comes on the way where the police block their path, and after this, a big fight starts between the chimpanzees and the police. Although Caesar's intention was not to harm people, but to free his chimpanzee brothers and take them to the redwood forest. They are attacked from a helicopter, and just when Caesar was about to get hurt, a gorilla suddenly jumps on the helicopter and crashes it, due to which it dies. And just then, the chimpanzee named Koba comes there. Koba is the chimpanzee who was experimented on in the lab, who kills the person who was firing at them from the helicopter. Here, when a gorilla was about to tear a policeman, Caesar stops him, because Caesar wanted to stop the policeman, not kill them. Now they all cross the bridge and reach Redwood Park, where Will also reaches after some time. He starts calling Caesar. At this time, another chimpanzee was about to attack Will. Just then, Caesar stops him. Will tells Caesar, "Come home with me. Forget the anger, or the police will kill all of you." Caesar hugs Will and whispers in his ear, "Home," which means this is my home now. Will understands that Caesar has found his own world. He will not go back with him. Will tells Caesar, "All right, this is your life. Live it." After which, Will leaves Caesar here. Now this is a new world for Caesar and his companions, and Caesar is the leader of all of them. On the other hand, Will's neighbor, whose finger Caesar bit off, is shown, and suddenly blood starts coming out of his nose. Actually, Franklin, who was Will's colleague, who inhaled the gas during the test, had come to Will's house to tell all this. But Will was not at home, so Franklin went to his neighbor. Actually, he was a pilot who used to fly international planes. This means that he will spread this virus all over the world, due to which the whole world will change, and that's what happens. The second part of this movie came out in 2014, where it is shown that it has been 10 years since the virus spread, and a huge population of humans has ended from the Earth. Where on one hand, the human population was decreasing. On the other hand, the generation of chimpanzees was increasing. They all spread completely in that forest, and they have all become more powerful than before. Here we are shown Caesar. He is still the leader of all the chimpanzees, and Caesar's rule runs in this forest. Now humans are forbidden to come to this forest. Caesar now has a son, whose name is Blue Eyes. One day, when Caesar's son was roaming in the forest with his friend, a human suddenly comes in front of them, who is looking at the hydraulic dam with his team in the forest, so that the whole city could be given electricity again, and this dam is in the chimpanzees area. When that person sees Caesar's son Blue Eyes and his friend, he gets very scared and takes out his gun. Caesar's son also starts roaring. The man gets scared and fires a bullet, due to which Caesar's son's friend is injured. Hearing the sound of the bullet, all the chimpanzees come there. At the same time, the companions of the man who fired the bullet also come, who are looking for the dam here. The chimpanzees want to kill them. They all get very angry at those people. Just then, the leader of the human group comes forward, whose name is Malcolm. He talks to Caesar. He tells him, "We have not come here to harm anyone. We are just looking for the dam here to fix the city's electricity." Caesar tells him, "All right, you have come this time, but don't come here again. You all leave from here." Now they all leave from there. And Koba, who was among these chimpanzees, on whom humans had once experimented and who hated humans very much, tells all the chimpanzees, "Humans have come to our area again. They will harm us again. So we have to show our strength to humans." And Caesar also comes under his influence now, and they all decide that they will go to the human settlement. And now Caesar rides on his horse and stays ahead of everyone. All the chimpanzees go to the human area with him. Here it is shown that the city, which was once brightly lit and beautiful, is now completely deserted. Here, technology and many other things are now completely finished. Caesar reaches the human area with his entire army, where Malcolm comes in front of Caesar once again, and he tells Caesar, "We have apologized to you." Caesar says, "If anyone comes to our area after today, we will kill him. We do not want war, but if humans try to come to our area again, we will not spare anyone." Koba was also here. Koba wanted to fight with humans, but Caesar warns the humans and leaves from here with the entire army. Meanwhile, Malcolm is shown, who is very worried, because there was no electricity in the place where they lived, and their power plant was exactly in the place where the chimpanzees area was. Going there meant inviting their own death. But they couldn't live without electricity all their lives. So they had to go there and fix the electricity at any cost. Malcolm tells his senior, "We should talk to Caesar once. Who knows if he understands our pain?" After which, Malcolm reaches outside the forest with his family and a team. When Malcolm tells Caesar his entire situation, Caesar understands because he has lived with humans. He knows what electricity means and how necessary it is for humans. Caesar says, "All right, you can come inside. But on one condition, you have to hand over all your weapons to us." Malcolm agrees. And now he reaches the place where the power plant is with his team, and after that, they start working there. Malcolm's wife and his son quickly mingle with the chimpanzees' children. And when they were working in the power plant, a chimpanzee finds a hidden gun there, and that gun goes straight to Caesar. And when Caesar finds out that humans have secretly brought a gun here with them, his anger increases once again, and he tells Malcolm and his companions, "Leave the forest." But just then, Caesar finds out that his wife, who had been ill for a long time, Malcolm's wife had given her medicine. due to which she is now completely cured. Seeing this, Caesar gives humans one more chance. He says, "You have one more day. You can fix this entire power plant and then leave from here." Actually, one of Malcolm's companions, who was once a police officer, does not trust the chimpanzees at all. He hates them, and he had brought the gun here. They had more guns, and when they were passing the guns to each other, Koba sees it from above. Koba becomes red with anger that these humans are not trustworthy at all. And Koba hates humans very much, and he quickly goes to Caesar. He tells him humans have more weapons. Humans are not trustworthy. You have to drive them out of our area. In response, Caesar tells him to have patience. Hearing this, Koba gets angry. He says, "You don't care about your own companions at all. You love humans because you are one of them too." And now Caesar gets angry at this, and he attacks Koba. Caesar injures him very badly. Koba now starts burning in the fire of revenge. He goes straight from here to the place where humans and their weapons are. He takes human weapons from there and kills many humans, and after killing them, he comes back to his own area, where he sets fire to many houses of his own chimpanzees, and when he sees a chance that Caesar is completely alone, no one is with him, he secretly shoots Caesar. Caesar falls there in the bushes. After this, Koba now goes to all the chimpanzees and says, "Humans have burned our houses and killed our leader Caesar too. They are attacking us. We have to teach them a lesson." Koba declares war against humans. At the same time, he also announces, "From now on, I am your leader." Everyone accepts him as the leader and prepares to fight with humans. On the other hand, humans are shown where light has now come to their houses because the power plant has been fixed. They were all celebrating together. On the other hand, Koba reaches the place where human weapons are with his entire army. First, these chimpanzees loot human weapons, and after this, they attack humans with those weapons. Many humans are killed. That small chimpanzee was also here, whom a human shot in the forest, and now Koba gives him a weapon and says, "You have to kill humans," but he refuses because Caesar taught him never to attack any human unnecessarily. And when that child does not obey Koba's order, Koba kills him. At the same time, he also imprisons the chimpanzees who do not obey his order. Meanwhile, Malcolm and his wife were coming towards the city in the forest. Just then, they see Caesar there, who is very badly injured. They make Caesar sit in their car and bring him to their house. They treat him and take good care of Caesar, due to which life returns to Caesar's body again. After Caesar regains consciousness, he tells them, "I was attacked by my own companion, whose name is Koba." The whole matter becomes clear to Malcolm too. Caesar was not completely healthy. So, to make him completely healthy, Malcolm goes to the shop to bring medicine, and just then, Caesar's son comes in front of him, who has a gun in his hand. He was about to shoot Malcolm, but Malcolm tells him, "Your father Caesar is still alive. He is with us," and Koba shot him, not anyone else. After this, Malcolm brings Caesar's son to his house. He is very happy to see his father alive. There, Caesar's son tells Caesar how Koba has made himself the leader, and he has killed innocent people in the outside world. Caesar's son has also now found out that Koba shot his father Caesar, not anyone else. For this reason, now he goes back to the place where Koba has imprisoned humans and many chimpanzees. Caesar's son frees everyone. Malcolm also helps them, and he brings all of them inside the tower, where he meets that police officer. That officer tells Malcolm, "After the electricity came, I contacted the army through the radio, and a huge army force is going to come here very soon, which will finish all the chimpanzees." At the same time, he also tells that, "I have fitted many bombs on top of the tower, so that when the chimpanzees climb on top of the tower, I will blast the bombs and kill all those chimpanzees," although his own life will also go in this. He has a remote control in his hand, and now, after seeing this, Malcolm and all the people start running away from there. Meanwhile, Caesar is shown, who has now reached here. He confronts Koba, and a fight starts between them. Seeing Caesar alive, the other chimpanzees have also come to know about Koba's betrayal. On the other hand, we are shown that police officer who blows up a part of the town with a bomb, where many chimpanzees die. But Koba, Caesar, and many of his companions are still alive. When Koba sees that many chimpanzees have started supporting Caesar again, he starts firing at all of them. Just then, Caesar attacks Koba from a great height and pushes him down from the building. Koba hangs, holding an iron rod. Now he tells Caesar, "Please save me." After which, Caesar grabs his hand. But what Koba has done cannot be forgiven. So Caesar leaves his hand and drops him down, due to which he dies. And now Malcolm and Caesar are in front of each other. The two of them shake hands with each other. That is, the two of them are now good friends, just as Caesar was Will's once. Malcolm tells Caesar, "The army is going to come here very soon. All of you have to leave from here so that this war can be stopped." Caesar says, "The war that has started between humans and chimpanzees now can never be ended." With this, the story ends. If you liked the movie, stay tuned by subscribing. Thank you.